What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the FNAF security breach atrium. This is part 5, and in this one we're going to be doing all of the detailing, like the furniture and stuff, in this particular little corner. Going up this whole side, and we end up stopping at this corner here. So we do get this potted plant section, and we don't get that photo booth in. Anyway, yeah, that is all for that part. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alright, so let's start ripping out this, like, middle layer of decorations, because, yeah, we can. So I want to actually start over here on the, like, longer side all the way at the end, and we're just going to pretty much go around it, what is that, clockwise? Yeah, I guess clockwise. No, I guess it would be clockwise either way. I forgot that's how, going in a circle works. Anyway, you want to start, we just need 3 materials for this first little bit, because there's a bit of like a stained glass design here, and I want to get that out of the way. You need pink stained glass panes, light blue stained glass panes, and structure voids. If you don't have structure voids, you have to do /give at s structure _ void. If I could learn how to type, there we go. That's the command form. I just always have them, so I don't really ever need to do it. I'd recommend keeping them, but if you are looking at this particular end, like red curved wall, you want to, again, like if you're looking at it at this particular angle, you want to take the bottom right red concrete, which is going to be on this one diagonal here. And you want to, from it, count up by 5. And on this particular red, you want to extend towards you with 2 light blue stained glass panes. Left. Forward, then you want to go down from both of those end 2, extend either one left an additional 1, and then extend the bottom left again. Tracing along from this bottom row of that, you're going to end up leaving a gap of just 1, and then you're going to place 2 pink stained glass panes going left. Extend forward, left by 2 again. The furthest left and furthest right pink glasses you'll extend up by 3. Then you want to go out by 1 on both the upper ones here. You'll also connect them together, and when you do that, you're bringing the right side left by 1 and the left side right by 2, so you have that little bit where it sticks out further. From there, the end pink stained glass panes you'll extend up by 1 here to kind of create this U shape, and I'm also going to place structure voids outside of either side. Then on top of those glass panes you're going to place another pink stained glass pane, and then again kind of connect them together with the same shape in mind. This inner corner pink stained glass pane you'll extend up by 4. And not the top one, but the one below it, you'll extend right with a structure void. On the inside of the bottom part of the cupcake, which is going to be this kind of 2x2, you'll just place structure voids inside of the panes, which will give you this. And that is the cupcake art. Taking the far left row of the pink stained glass, out of these 3, you're taking the top one and counting left by 2, so you're on the, I guess, flat portion of the wall here. You're going to place a light blue stained glass pane with structure voids both left and right of it. Extend the pane particularly up 1, left 1, then extend either of those 2 panes up by 1 each, and then extend out of those to the right pane up again. Off of the right and the left of the top 2 rows of panes, you're going to place more structure voids, and that should give you this kind of shape. Which sort of kind of maybe looks like a lightning bolt if you squint and look at it at a 45-degree angle. But, yeah, you can clear your inventory. I would advise stashing your structure voids somewhere safe so you have them for further usage, just in general, if you follow my tutorials a lot. And I guess if they're all in the same world, or something. Or just for this in general, I guess, security breach. I'm sure we use them in the... No, we did use them in the lobby. I know at least one spot off the top of my head. Anyway, you want to get out dragon eggs. Block of coal. Item frames. Orange concrete. acacia trapdoors, andesite, andesite walls, barriers, I'll give you the command for in about 2 seconds, and polished tough stairs. 4 barriers it is slash give add as barrier instead of structure void. And I should give you one of these. Again, we probably use them in the lobby, but I don't know that one off the top of my head, so who knows. Against the red concrete wall still, you want to take the like bottom left red and place a dragon egg in front of it with one more to the right. Obviously, if you're in survival, you can't do these. I would use dragon head, so much easier. Wither skeleton skulls if they're easy enough to get, or even just like blackstone stairs would work, honestly. But I don't know why you'd be building this in survival anyway, because look at this thing. Anyway, from the rightmost, whatever, dragon egg, you're going to count towards you by 3, and then right by 4. And place a block of coal. From this perspective still, you'll place one forward diagonally right. And then you'll place an orange concrete, connecting them at the back half. That orange concrete will be extended in either direction by 1, which is just anything but up. And diagonally. Place acacia trapdoors on top of each block that you just placed of that little plus shape, preferably making sure they all face the same way. And then on the 2 blocks of coals, you want to take, not the furthest side from each other, but if this is the furthest side from the other block of coal, you'd be one more closer. You'll place item prime. I guess the closest you can place on both sides without some issue being caused. From the furthest right orange concrete, you will count right by 3 and towards you by 2 and place 2 block of coal extending towards you. Row of orange concrete to the right. I'm going to actually trace the block of coal row on this just straight back, and then coming off the red concrete, I'll place 2 orange concrete with block of coal to the left. This time off the block of coal sides that are furthest away from each other, you'll place item frames. You can only place 1 on this because that's against the wall, but, you know. And then you'll place a 2x2 of acacia trapdoors on top. That is all of those, maybe for this entire layer. No, I feel like there's 1 actually on the other side near the escalators, but not that that's important. If you take the back right-hand orange of this front particular... What is shining? Oh, that is shining. Of this, I guess, frontmost thingy, you want to count right by 5. And then you're counting back by 1, and you're breaking this magenta wool and replacing it with an andesite. You'll then leave a gap of 5 extending right, or just count right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and make this magenta also an andesite. I'm going to actually kind of just go all the way right here to where you have this curve on the corner of this layer. And I'm going to take this glass pane at the back of this row of 4, which would be on a magenta, but it's just kind of before that little straight point. You want to count left from it by 4. And back by 1, and you'll replace that magenta also with an andesite. Though, there should be the only 3 tables. Now, on each andesite block, you're placing an andesite wall. Place barriers going around the andesite walls in a square. So, just, you know, off of each direct side and then connecting the corners. And then we will end up placing carpet on that, but we don't have the carpet yet. So what we're going to end up doing is, if you look at each table, we can place some chairs. So the leftmost one, you have polished tough stairs. They'll face into the barriers at all times, but you want to have one off of the 2 right side corners here that face. Again, the stairs are facing left, so they should look like that. Behind the back center barrier, you'll place one. And left of the back left barrier, you'll place one. On the next table, you'll place one off the sides of the middle barriers. And then off of behind the 2 back corners. And then for the final table, it is the same as the first one. So you have off of either corner on the right side, you'll have stairs to the right. 1 behind the back center, and 1 to the left of the back left. Nice. You can clear your inventory. Again, I would stash your barriers somewhere safe, preferably with your structure voids. And for me, a bunch of other stuff that may or may not be used. Actually, all of this is useful, yeah. And you'll get out light gray carpet, iron bars, polished deep slate, good to know I'm tired, nether brick fence, pale oak fence, blackstone slabs, smooth quartz slabs, blackstone walls, and diorite walls. So on top of each table, you're just placing like red carpet, which is on each barrier along with the andesite wall in the center. Behind them, kind of under this right lightning bolt, yes, it is a lightning bolt, you want to... I'm going to be below the furthest left pane, actually, exactly. You'll place an iron bar. If you're heading left along the trajectory of the wall, you'll place 2 more iron bars going over, and then you'll have like red carpet on all of them. I don't remember what that is, to be honest, but it's there, so that's all that matters. Between the first 2 tables we placed, you want to be directly between the back blocks of them, so you're going to be actually just right of this stair. You'll then count back by 1, break this magenta wool, and place a polished deep slate. As a sort of marker, but also a permanent marker, you're going to place a nether brick fence on top of it, and then 3 pale oak fence above that. To the right of this right table, I'm going to take the polished tuff stair on the right here and count right by 3 from it. Then back by 1, and I'll place another polished deep slate in the ground here with a single nether brick fence on top. No pale oak fence for this one, you'll see why later. Then from the backmost table, you want to take the back center polished tuff stair, count back diagonally left, polished deep sit in the floor, nether brick fence, and then 3 pale oak fence. Oh my gosh. On both ones that have the pale oak fences, you want to place a blackstone slab on the pale oak fence. I'll place an opposite on smooth quartz slab each side of the top pale oak fence, and I'll also place upside down blackstone slabs on the corner, which will give you a checkerboard pattern. It's not supposed to be technically. The smooth quartz slabs resemble the little Pizzaplex logo. Well, a different one. It's the Freddy wheel one. Then outside of that, and I guess also down diagonally out a block, you want to place blackstone slabs, just creating a 5x5 square. Obviously, you're not filling in the center because you kind of want that shape to be visible on the underside, but you can take off the corners and mess with it if you want. I have a really cool umbrella design I was using in... it was Poppy Playtime, and I used it... What did I use it in? Backrooms? Recently? I think it was Backrooms. Yeah, and it's like... It's a 3x3, so you would end up not having this bottom row and it'd be a block lower, so it doesn't actually make sense for this necessarily, but... Hey, you'll probably see that at some point in some tutorial, because I think it looks good, so... On top of the lone nether brick fence here, you want to place 3 blackstone blocks, just use slabs, and then another slab above from there. Around the bottom blackstone block, I'll just place a square of blackstone walls. Extend each center blackstone walls on the rows up with a diorite wall, and then a nether brick fence. Which will give you that. That is a closed umbrella, the other ones are open umbrellas, if that wasn't obvious by looking at it, I guess. Next part is kind of annoying. You can just get rid of 2 things in your inventory that aren't your pale oak fence, and you want barriers again along with a red carpet. Direct your attention to this particular door. It would probably lead to the bakery, but I really couldn't tell you where it leads because we never find out. But you want to take the cyan terracotta pillar to the left of it and the left side, and you'll extend it towards you with a pale oak fence, barrier, pale oak fence, then extend right with a barrier, fence, barrier, fence, barrier, fence, barrier, fence. You have 5 pale oak fences there on that particular row. I'll then extend this fence toward me by 1, and I'll go right with, again, barrier, fence, barrier, fence, barrier, fence, barrier, fence. So you have 5 again. Then I'll extend back with a barrier and back with a fence. So the pattern should look like this. I'll place a red carpet on each fence and barrier, which will then give you a, well, barricade. I get it, because barrier, but cade instead. Barriercade? Sure, why not? You can clear your inventory yet again. We're going to be doing a lot of that in this part, just in case that wasn't obvious by the first 14 minutes, and get out the following. Snow blocks? Hate that they changed the name of it. Like, why? Just why? Mangrove trapdoors. Lightning rods, oh, those will be fun to place. Heavy cores. piglin head, spruce trapdoor, iron trapdoor, wither skeleton skull, and a mangrove stair. And that is coincidentally the perfect amount of materials. I feel like I did that on purpose when I originally did this, but we're going to ignore that fact. At the left side, in front of the left pillar, you want to take the right half of it, because that's the only half you can actually do anything with. And place a mangrove trapdoor in front of it, open to the right. Off of that same sign you would have placed off of, you'll have a mangrove trapdoor open up against the left of it, like so. Below that trapdoor, I'll break that magenta and replace it with a snow block. Why does it look like it's glowing wet? Okay, I might just be losing it. You'll then extend right by 4. And you'll place rows in front of that and behind that get shorter on either side by 1 per row. So you'd have a row of 3 and then just 1 singular block from there. On the very center block, you'll place a heavy core. Extend it back by 2, and then for each of them that you can, you'll extend left by 1. Right of the front right heavy core, you want to place a lightning rod. However, the lightning rod wants to have the fat part of it against the ground. So I'm going to do one of these, and then do that, and then do that. You also want one right of this front mangrove trapdoor. So to give you a little bit more context, I'm going to just like, I guess off the trapdoor. Actually, no, I can't do it off the trapdoor. So I'll place just like 2 blocks coming off the ground, and I'll break the bottom one. I'm then going to, you can use a trapdoor and open it, and then, you know, close it again where you're crawling under and place a lightning rod. Or what I just like to do is electrify under the block and then make sure I'm kind of close to the edge when I place the lightning rod, so it actually places. From this little diagonal square here, which I guess would be a diamond actually. Wow, insane. In front of this, for this right snow, you want to place a piglin head facing backwards. Right of that snow, you'll place a spruce trapdoor. Back diagonally, right another. From the first spruce trapdoor you placed, you'll go forward diagonally right with an iron trapdoor. Extend right by 3 and then bring that row of 4 forward another row. Wow, that was a lot of 4s. Leave a gap of 1 from either trapdoor row going right and then place snow in the next row. Extend the snow back by 1 and then each of the 3 blocks right by 2 if you can do it. Do 2. I guess you can do 2 on all of them, technically. On the very center stair, I'll have a mangrove... Very center snow, I'll have a mangrove stair facing forward. Heavy core in front. In front of the heavy core, another one of those funny lightning rods that are pointed upward. Left of the mangrove stair, wither skeleton skull facing into it. And then back diagonally left, I'll have a piglin head facing into the wall. Brilliant. The only other thing we actually need here is if you clear your inventory again and get out, I would go pale oak sign. I have it as birch, but I just forgot to update it. Along with red dye, you want to, on the center row of 5, this top row of polished black stone on the furthest left and furthest right blocks, you'll place pale oak sign, go down a line, and in all caps, you'll type out of, down a line again, order. And then you'll place your red dye on it. And I'll just control block picket to copy the data. And it should give you this. I'll give you a second though as I figure out what is next. Okay. So if you remember the thingies we made in the lobby, that's very descriptive. The hiding spots. There's, as in the photo booths, that's what they're called. There's a bunch of them in here, and a lot of them are also at diagonal angles. You want to get out the following: light blue concrete, yellow concrete, red terracotta, red banner, iron bars, stone slabs, light blue terracotta, mangrove stairs, and we'll go mycelium. So I haven't made one of these in a while because I keep structure blocking it for the diagonals, but if you take the like front right red here, which is this one, this carpet and fence, you want to count right by 1 and then forward by 3. Place a red terracotta with 2 light blue concrete on top. Forward diagonally left of that, I'll go up with 2 red terracotta and then a light blue concrete. Forward diagonally left of that, I'll place 2 yellow and then a light blue moving up. You want to take the red terracotta, like this row of 2, and extend forward diagonally right with a row of 3 light blue extending up. Then extend forward diagonally right again with 2 red terracotta and a light blue concrete. And then from this row, I'll do 2 things. I'll go forward diagonally left with a row that's a single red terracotta and 2 light blue concrete. And I'll also extend back diagonally right with a row that's 2 yellow concrete and then a light blue concrete. Which will give you an H at an angle or an I at an angle, depending on which way you look at it. You'll end up filling in the ceiling with light blue concrete. When you do this, it's pretty much just place like an L shape here, placing one in either corner and then another block coming out, and it should give you another diamond shape, like so. Where there's the openings on either side, you'll just place a red banner off the magenta wool. If you so choose, you can place another one on top so it actually goes all the way up, but I haven't been and just thought of that literally right now, so it's not particularly helpful to me. On the center light blue on the top, you'll place an iron bar with a stone slab on top, not to the side. I said not to the side. There we go. Should give you that. One more thing, and then we're finally out of this corner. I can't believe it took 21 or 25 minutes, basically, for this corner. You want to take this glass pane, well, corner, which is just before it just straightens out entirely. Actually, it's the first block of that straight row. You want to count from it right by 3. And back by 2 and place a light blue terracotta. Extend back diagonally left by 3. Then back diagonally right 1. Then forward diagonally right 3. I'll fill in the center with mycelium. And this part is kind of weird to explain, but off of the front light blue terracotta, you're placing an upside down mangrove stair facing left. On the next diagonal, you'll have an upside down stair facing forward. Next one is open. Next one, it'll be a stair facing left. And then to the left of this final one, you'll have a stair facing forward. Pretty much copy that if you, like, turn to the other side and look at it this way. So again, this first one on the far right will have a stair facing left, actually. Next one will face towards you. Next one's open. Next one will face left, and then off the left of that one, you'll place one facing towards you. It should give you this. Now, there's not a ton in this next segment. It's really just another one of those that we just made. Along with, there's like a board and some umbrellas and stuff. We're gonna start with the board, yeah. We're actually not gonna start with the board. I lied, so I apologize. But you want to get rid of your mycelium and get out cyan terracotta. We're gonna do a bunch of marking here. You want to head to the doors. So you're looking at this side where the Monte Golf and daycare sublobbies are. And you want to be looking at the left cyan terracotta pillar here. Just from the bottom of it, you want to count left by 4. And then forward by 1 and place a cyan in the floor. Then from that one, you will count left by 6. And then forward by also 6. And from this block, you will extend forward with 6 light blue terracotta. Place another row to the left. And then from the back left light blue terracotta, you will count to the left again by, you'll never guess, 6. You'll then count back by 2 and place a cyan terracotta in the floor there. From that one, you'll count left by, I hope it's not 6, 7. And then from there, you want to count forward by 4. And place 2 light blue concrete extending forward. Then what we can do is, do we want to mark some more? I kind of want to mark all of it, to be honest. Yeah, I think we can rip it out quicker that way. So if you take the front right light blue terracotta, you want to start by counting forward from it by the dreaded number 6. And then from that point, you want to count right by 5. And you'll make that a cyan terracotta. skip over this portion, and you want to be between these two escalators. And if you leave a gap of 3 off either side, you'll place light blue terracotta in whatever the middle number of blocks is. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It should be 9 according to my really bad calculations. Yes, it is. I'm going to get rid of the stone slabs and get out purple slabs, which aren't really important yet. But you want to take either side light blue terracotta and extend it back by 3, and then connect together there. On the row of light blue terracotta against the glass panes, the center 5 you'll bring up by 1 block per block, which will leave you with 2 on either side that are shorter. Then place purple slabs on each light blue terracotta, except for the upper ones. And for the upper ones, you'll extend these sides back by 1. Then go back diagonally in by 1 and connect together. Like so. If you take the back left-hand corner of this, you'll end up counting back by 3 and placing a cyan terracotta there. If you take the back right-hand corner and do the same, you'll just place a cyan. There's nothing weird with it. They're just symmetrical for some reason. So yeah, there's that, I guess. You want to take the doors again here, and if you take the right side of them in this, bottom right cyan terracotta, you're going to end up counting right from it by 10, so the 10th magenta over. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'll then count forward by 1, and you'll place a cyan there in the floor. It's going to make sure, yep. From that point, I'm going to count forward by 8. And that 8th cyan, or magenta, will become a cyan terracotta. I'll then count left by 3 and back by 2 and extend forward with what should be 6 light blue terracotta, yes. I'll place another row to the left. From the most recent cyan we would have placed, which is this one, you're going to trace it all the way forward, and from this magenta count back diagonally right and place a cyan terracotta there. Also from that cyan, not the one we just placed, but this one here, you want to count right by 5. And you'll place a cyan terracotta there. I'll then from that count back by 2 and right by 2. And going forward, I'm going to place 6 light blue terracotta with another row to the right. If I could break that one. There we go. And that is all of... that's everything minus one thing on this particular portion, which is quite impressive, actually. While we have the mangrove stairs, I want to do this. It's literally one set of them. It's not that bad. You want to take the furthest... Wait, is it one set? Make sure that furthest one doesn't have one. Yeah, okay, it is. The furthest left light blue terracotta and the left side of that. And what you want to do is at the back block, you want to place an upside down mangrove stair facing forward. And from the front block, one facing back. Moving in from there, you'll place another set of upside down stairs that faces into those end ones, which should give you this. Yeah, we're not going to finish this at all, unfortunately. So I'm going to get the whole thing done in one part, but we'll probably end up getting this particular side done, and then we'll have to have, hopefully be able to do all that in a part, I don't know. There'll be some structure blocking at that point, but yeah, you can clear your inventory and get out the following. You want the following concretes, actually. Lime, black, and cyan, I think that's all. And then you want the following terracottas. Also lime, red, and magenta. You'll then also get out warped trapdoors and warped slabs. Taking this light blue concrete, this row of 2 here, I'm going to look towards the elevator side of the atrium, if you can even see that far with your render distance. Well, I mean, I can see considerably, so I'd be shocked if you couldn't, actually. You'll place lime concrete on top of the light blue and extend it in either direction by 1. Then place a row of black concrete on top. Then for the next row going left to right, I'll place a lime terracotta, magenta terracotta, black concrete, cyan concrete. Next row will be a red terracotta and 3 black concrete. Next row is a full row of lime concrete. And then not the furthest left line, but one to the right, you'll place a warp slab on top of. These maps are two-sided in the game. However, because of Minecraft blocks being, you know, a little thick, I ended up just doing it one-sided. Although you can see the same thing from both sides, so one side is mirrored. But I guess you could also think of it as, oh, well, if I'm looking from this angle, then, you know, it's Monty Golf on that side. And if I'm looking from this angle, Monty Golf is still on that side. So, I guess that's kind of something. Anyway, you want to place warp trap doors opened up against the thin sides of this. Okay, how... Whatever. I'm afraid to ask questions. There we go. That's the map. Remember that design, because we'll need it like 15 more times. There's a lot in the Atrium. Not that many, but... I think there's... How many can I see? I can see 2, 3 on the top level. But we're not on the top level, so... And I know there's the big one in the center of this level, which I think is also on the level below, but that might be the smaller one, I don't know. Anyway, you can get out the following. You want nether brick fence, spruce fence, smooth quartz slabs, blackstone slabs, diorite slabs, diorite walls, blackstone walls, pale oak fence, and do we want to get anything else out? No, I don't really see the point. So we're going to take each cyan terracotta, and we're kind of just going to sweep through going that way, and we're going to mark what each one is. So this first cyan terracotta at the far left, closest to what we just did, you're only placing another brick fence on top of. The next one that should be backwards and to the right, you'll also just place another brick fence on top of. Then if you pretty much trace that one straight forward, you'll end up being left a block, and you'll place another brick fence and 3 spruce fence on top of this one. The next 2 should be off the corners of the little potted plant thing here, which is the same thing, nether brick fence and 3 spruce fence. And then out of these 4 here, there's 2 of them that are open and 2 of them that are closed. The front one and right one are open, which is the nether brick fence and 3 spruce fence. Unfortunate. And then the back one and the like left one here are just nether brick fence. So, I'm going to explain this once since we just did the same thing anyway, at least per umbrella design. You want to place a smooth quartz slab on top of the top spruce fence. I'll do 2 at a time, because I can. You'll place an upside down blackstone slab off each side of the top spruce fence. This is inverted color-wise from the other one, by the way. And then you'll have upside down smooth quartz slabs on the corners as well. The umbrellas in the game are squares. I feel like I should mention that, by the way, because I was saying the thing earlier, I know about the different umbrella design, but... You'll then place smooth quartz slabs kind of down diagonally out from that half a block that just go around in a square, which create a 5x5. And yeah. Wow, we were almost to ending video length already, which is crazy. As for the closed ones, again, you're placing what ends up being 3.5 diorite blocks moving up, which is, you know, just... You're placing 7 slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Surround the bottom diorite block and diorite walls in just a, you know, 3x3 square. And then on the center of each row of 3, you'll go up with a blackstone wall and then a pale oak fence. Whoopsies. And then we'll give you your closed design. So yeah, copy that for the rest of these. I don't think I said the thing yet. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I might have, though. I am for the most part. I accidentally corrupted my backrooms world today, so that's fun. I have a bunch of copies, so it's not a huge deal. But I ended up trying to structure block the diner further, which also included a part of level 7. And that part of level 7 did not like being structure blocked. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to... Once I actually get back into a copy, I'm going to have to just, like, block it off rather than keep it going, because I was gonna have it go for the length of 7, but clearly that's just not gonna happen successfully. I'm kind of shocked it lagged that bad. Like, it's been... That was definitely, I think, the worst that I've had it, to where... Like, I guess structure blocking that before it was bad. But I don't know what made this one so much worse. It was like, I might have been doing it too fast or something, but... Yeah, so I am gonna have to... redo the other stuff that I had done, which kind of sucks. Anyway, you should have this. What do we do now? Let's do the, like, kind of various decorations that are in this particular corner that aren't... Actually, do you want to do the ones... Yeah, we can do the ones with the table, or the umbrellas first. Get out the following. End rods, stone pressure plates, wither skeleton skulls, red concrete, light gray concrete, sea pickles. I don't know why they're in items and not nature. Orange concrete. And we'll just go polish blackstone button. That's fine. So. Again, we're going to go table or umbrella by umbrella and deal with these. So starting from the furthest left one, this closed one over here, you want to just left of the center pleasant end rod with the stone pressure plate on top. The one just kind of backwards against this back wall, you'll have one in front of the center. And also just actually, like, not directly right of the back corner, but one more block over, so you're against the cyan terracotta pillar there. The umbrella in front of that one, you'll have one directly right of the nether brick fence, and then left of it you'll have a gap of one, and then the end rod and stone pressure plate. Next table you will have, or umbrella, god I keep saying table, it'll be this one off the like back left corner of the potted plant section. You'll have an end rod off both the left and right of it immediately. This left one, however, has wither skeleton skulls facing into the end rod from both the front and back. These are little like stools. The next table over, you'll have an end rod directly behind the fence, along with 4 diagonally left from the fence. The next one, which is going to be this front one, I'm going to say, you're going to have end rods both left and right of it that have a gap of 1 between them and the nether brick fence. From the rightmost one, you will count right an additional 3, and then forward 1 and plus another end rod with a stone pressure plate on top. Going backwards, I'll take this right opened umbrella, and I'll have an end rod again in front of and to the left of the nether brick fence. I'll have one left of the center of this closed guy, which will be the first block that you can, since, again, you can't place it under the diarrhea wall. Actually, I didn't say that, but I said it now. And then this back closed one, I'll have one in front of the center and right of the center block. That right one, again, you'll have wither skeleton skulls in front of and behind it that face into it. I think that was the only other one. Yeah. Out of the light blue terracottas here, these two near sections, you want to take the left one and left of the... Out of the center 2 blocks, the front one, you'll place a red concrete left of it. Orange concrete on top. Polished blackstone button on that. I'll get rid of the orange concrete and the polished blackstone button and get out purple concrete, lime concrete, and you should also have room for a flower pot. Behind that, I'll place those 3 going up in the exact order. I'll place purple, lime, flower pot. Heading more left, you want to take the leftmost light blue thingy here, and off out of the center 2 blocks, I'll take the front one, and to the right of it, I'll place a red concrete, light gray on top, and then a sea pickle on that. Warp. That was a weird sound. Sear? What? Sea pickles make weird sounds. The next step is gonna be 2 things, I guess, actually. Clear your inventory and get out block of coal. Item frame. orange concrete, black carpet, mycelium again, and whatever you want in those potted plants. I go oak leaves because you need oak leaves 100%. And I also ended up going with big drip leaf and short grass. But it's up to you if you want to do those and something else or nothing else or whatever. First thing, just all the way kind of heading right to this umbrella, this front open one. You want to head, or you want to count left of this end rod, I'll say, by 4. And I'll place a block of coal with another one extended forward so it's against the glass panes. I'll have orange concrete to the left with a 2x2 of black carpet on top. Off the back side of the block of coal there, I'll place an item frame, and that should give you another one of those thingies. This one I think you can't hide in, though. I think it's one of the condiment carts. This potted plant particularly, you want to fill in line with both light blue terracotta rows, just mycelium. And so, for these ones, I use big drip leaves, short grass, and, you know, some oak leaves. And you can also go on top of the light blue terracotta with it if you'd like. Because for the other ones, like the other 3, I guess, actually we also have one way over there with mycelium that you can do a mix of the 3. But I just kind of place oak leaves in whatever pattern I think makes sense. Kind of just like half fill it. Don't go over too much. Like, do like that, but don't go over the edges because it just starts to get complicated. And then again, this one I'll just place like, I'll do this maybe. That, sure, that works. And yeah, do I want to go a little further? Yeah, we can do a bit more, I think, just so we're closer. Get out the following if you clear your inventory. Pale oak wood has to be wood. Andesite walls. Prismarine slabs. Purple pillar. Pink concrete. White concrete. White candle. Light blue terracotta. And, oh man, I guess we can go mycelium. Did we place the oak trapdoors? We did. Okay, I was just checking that. From the furthest right light blue terracotta here, you want to count from the, we'll say the front left-hand corner, which is where I currently am. You want to count right by 4 and forward by 2 and place 3 pale oak wood extending right that all should face up. I'll place another row in front. I'll end up leaving a gap of 8 going back, or count back by 9, and just repeating the same thing. 7, 8, 9, like so. And you can see it is actually symmetrical on that light blue. I think it's symmetrical on the whole area, actually, because it's 4 off either side, yeah. Extend each pale oak wood up with an andesite wall. And then each andesite wall you'll bring up with a prismarine slab, except for the middle outer one. On both, which will be those 2. Instead of the prismarine slabs there, you'll place sideways purple pillars. From the back little stand out of these 2, you want to count right by 5 from this front right hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll place a pink concrete, white concrete on top, and then white candle on top of that. Right of the pink concrete, I'll have a light blue terracotta, which will be brought forward by 3 and back by 2. I'll then take the frontmost light blue and I'll leave a gap of 1 extending right, and then place 5 light blue. From the end light blue, you will count back by 5, right by 2, and going right, you want to place 7 light blue terracotta. Extend either side back by 1, then go back diagonally in and connect together. Fill in the center with mycelium. You can then clear your inventory, and you should probably know what you need. You need the oak leaves, short grass, and big drip leaf again. However, You also need twisting vines. And so on the, where you have the Chica trash can, which is the pink concrete, and white candle, the light blue terracotta that's just behind that, you want to place twisting vines on. I just went with a pattern of alternating 1 high and 2 high, like so. But it's up to you. You can go 3, you can go none, you can do whatever. The front row light blue terracottas have a couple oak leaves on, as however you want. And then this, it's the same thing where it's a mixture of the short grass, the big drip leaves, and the oak leaves. I don't like that I did that twice. There we go. And yeah, anything right here immediately? No. Do we want to do that? I know it's a little bit more, but we'll get out light blue terracotta again, mycelium again, and this time it's mangrove stairs that we will also need. From the kind of corner here of the pathway, you want to take the actual direct corner here. It's going to be this singular red concrete, and I'm going to count from it right by 4 and back by 2 and place a light blue terracotta there. You can see where that is positioned. It's in line with this row of pins, and then it's, you know, not in line with the other one, I guess. I don't know. You'll then extend, again, if you're looking towards daycare sublobby, you'll extend back diagonally left by 3. Then back diagonally right. And then forward diagonally right by 3. Again, mycelium in the center, and I'll just place short grass on each one, because I think that looks fine. Same weird mangrove stair thing we did before. If you take this front light blue, you'll place an upside down stair facing left. Off the front of the next diagonal, it will face forward. Front of the next one is open. Front of the next one, it faces right. And then to the left of this final one, it'll face... or this one faces left, and then that final one faces forward. Opposite side, same thing. Left. Off of this front of this one. Then one facing forward. Gap. One facing left. Then one facing forward off the side. Once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the FNAF Security Breach Atrium Part 5 complete. I forgot to count. That is that whole side done as far as detailing, which means that we just have to do this portion and then this portion, and then we can go back to building walls. I like splitting it up a little bit. And then we'll also do elevators at some point, probably after all of that. I think that'll be the next thing that we tackle before we actually start doing the floor, because the floor is going to be really annoying. Well, walls and then floor. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.